The heart of your teams. The heart of St. Louis. Valley Sports Midwest. The heart of the fan.
Once again, it's time for Cardinals baseball. Professional athletes have gathered at Roger Dean Stadium as the Cardinals get their second look at Aaron Boone and his slugging New York Yankees on a beautiful day today at Roger Dean Stadium. Hi again, everybody. Jim Evans, Chip Carey, great to be with you. Steven Matz has the ball today. Jim, if there's been a very pleasant development for the Cardinals so far this spring, it's that the starting rotation has been terrific for Ollie's staff.
Yeah, and they've been going since last year's second half. And Steven Matz, just another addition to this team, brings a veteran presence. And like yesterday, left-hander that will throw inside, use his pitches, and then get you out away. But the thing I love about Steven Matz is that he'll throw strikes and he'll eat up innings. And you can see right now, he's having one heck of a spring training. So just another tune-up, as we've been saying, stay healthy. And we know what happens when you get hurt. And now we got something to talk about, too.
That's right. Our Budweiser What's on Tap, potential starters for the Cardinals. The storyline today, Adam Wainwright to the injured list with a strained groin.
Well, the good news is, I think, out of this, we don't know a timetable yet, but from what I heard, he got hurt in a warm-up or a practice and not in a game, so it shouldn't be as bad. But right now, it looks like maybe Jake Woodford would maybe take over that fifth spot. And I can tell you what, we all know Waino. He'll be ready as fast as he can go.
Well, the Cardinals have been touting their depth all spring long. That'll be on display today as the Redbirds face the Yankees and an historic spring matchup next. This Bud's for you by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters, and brought to you by your quality Ford dealers, proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals. Packed house, as you'd expect, here at Roger Dean Stadium. The Cardinals and Yankees meet for the second time this spring. With Cardinals Hall of Famer Jim Evans, I'm Chip Carey. It is a beautiful day, 77 degrees, much to the hitters' discontent, the wind blowing in at 13 miles an hour. And we are set to go, Jim, as 1 week from today, we're playing games for real.
Chip, if we did 50 games down here, 48 of them you would say the wind is blowing in from right field.
Well, it's getting us ready for Wrigley Field, which I know Ollie and his staff are looking forward to when regular season play starts. Also looking forward to seeing Steven Matz continue what's been very good work this spring, Jim. A 1.54 ERA for the Cardinals.
Yeah, this is just a good tune-up for him, too. This Yankees lineup has a few guys in there that have traveled, what I was surprised to see. So it's a pretty good big league lineup, and there's a few guys trying to make the roster still. So this is a nice little push for him, trying to you know, get sharp and also face a good lineup, as you saw the pitch arsenal right there. But I like it. I like as you get closer in spring, you're almost ready, you're trying to get sharp, and you're also starting now to face the A-team.
And some of those A-team members, as Jim said, are in the lineup for Aaron Boone's Yankees. The one big question, who's going to be their opening day shortstop? The man leading off for them, Anthony Volpe, they say is going to be a star. Yankees fans have already fallen in love with him. Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, Giancarlo Stanton, and Mr. Hicks are in there for New York as Steven Matz will toe the slab and get things started, as we said, on a perfect day for ball in South Florida. There's a quick strike, and Matz's day is underway for Anthony Volpe, hitting .308, a couple of homers and 3 RBIs.
It is a beautiful day for baseball. That is true. Sorry about that, everyone back home. Don't know what the weather is, but I know it's not like this.
Matz has worked quickly. He's worked efficiently all spring. He's gotten the ball on the ground, and Jim pitching more and more like the guy the Cardinals saw when he started for the Toronto Blue Jays a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and going back to just yesterday watching Montgomery pitch, I love the fact that these guys can feed off of each other. I think that this is nothing but good for both of them, and they can see how guys react. You know, you're not throwing against the same players, but the same stuff plays when you make your pitch.
Good try by Matz on the inside corner. Didn't get the call. Try it again. And Carlos Torres said
right there.
Ball 2.
Yes, he did. Was that Ramon De Jesus behind the plate?
Will pop out of play. Ramon De Jesus.
Already establishing the strike zone with some really tight edges. The black is the black. Stay inside there.
Boy, hitters like that, don't they?
Yeah, pitchers don't.
And up and away, full count.
I think the thing too is, you know how much this is a mental grind. Is just like anything, it can kind of make you really go crazy. But you make a couple good pitches, it's like a hitter. You foul back a pitch down the middle, and your first thought is, I'm not getting that back. Well,
right.
You make strike 3, and it's just barely off, and I guarantee you, he's saying, well, I can't throw a better pitch than that.
Yeah, I was going to say, strike 3 is tough enough to get 4 and 5's even worse.
That's what's funny is you see the pitch after that is a slider that just completely slips out of his hand. So, you start to overthink and try to do too much.
Popped up. And Mason Wynn will give way to Tommy Edman for the first out.
That young man was trying to come out of his shoes.
Yes, he was. Here's a look at the Cardinals defense. WBC is over. Good to have Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado back. Goldie in the lineup today at first base. Edman and Wynn up the middle. Contreras in harness behind the plate. Tyler O'Neill in center. Lars Nootbaar is back as well. He's in left. Dylan Carlson is in right. And that ball is golfed by Gleyber Torres to left. And Lars Nootbaar makes the catch.
Good look at maybe the 3 guys out there that you might see a lot during the season here. And the key to the game today, it's really not the key to the game as much now as it is the key to spring training, is getting your squad back together, getting the guys all in camp together, getting that group, getting the team back together, and really just start to sprinkle out each player. Next couple days, you're going to see the 9 guys that are going to start opening day are all going to be in the lineup at one time.
And I would assume you'd see a little more spring in the step of these guys in camp still, because the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel is here.
Yeah, and you know what? The guys, even though I was looking at some of the stats as far as like Goldie and Arenado, and they got 20-something at bats. They got a few games, but they got some days off. And Goldie had yesterday off. Arenado's got maybe the finger, but he's had 2 days off now, and so that just helps out a lot. And these pitchers got their work in. Now they can come down here and just get prepared. The guys that were gone to the WBC, so everybody's just like ready to get out of here, and so doing everything it takes for that final week.
Anthony Rizzo, a little pop. Wynn goes out. Edman goes out too. A couple of pop outs. Retires New York in order. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Bottom of the first in Jupiter. A lot of Cardinals regulars in the lineup today against the New York Yankees, with Tommy Edman set to lead things off. Good to have Paul Goldschmidt back in the number 3 spot for the Redbirds. Lars Nootbaar, too, slotted 7th against Nestor Cortes, who was a revelation for the Yankees in rotation last year.
Well, Lars Nootbaar turned into an overnight sensation in Japan. I mean, we talked about his spirit, but wow, you had to love that.
Well, the Yankees love what they see out of Nestor Cortes. You saw his numbers, an all-star, sub-3 ERA in the American League East. An uptick in velocity for him. And the scouting report we got on Nestor Cortes, Jim, and look, we don't see him all that often. This is a guy that works the perimeter of the plate about as well as anybody in the major leagues.
Well, you can already see he's not afraid to throw in. He's coming right after Tommy Edman right there. Here he comes again.
There's that 92-mile-an-hour heat for Edman. 143 are Tommy's.
But the 36th round pick by the Yankees from Cuba. Always look at that's always interesting. The guys that get to the big leagues with good stuff. He was the 1,094 pick. Right around Mr. Irrelevant, and he's in the big leagues.
And he's an all-star, right?
He's an all-star.
And it's funny, it seems
the great thing about it.
Left-handed pitchers, for whatever reason, seem to take a little longer. And what a find for the Yankees, who are anchored by Garrett Cole in rotation.
Guys just have to trust their stuff. Not everyone's going to throw 95 in A-ball and AA, and you see guys throwing strikes and blowing guys away, especially at an early age. And so these are the guys that get hit, and then all of a sudden someone says, hey, you got to trust this, make this pitch. And still they're not ready at AA to do that. And that's what I love so much about big league camp, is I think these younger players can learn so much about trusting their stuff, because you see a guy like Wainwright and all these other guys out there, that's what they're doing.
6 strikes among 7 pitches for Cortes, and Tyler O'Neill goes the other way. A good start for the Cardinals with 1 out. And O'Neill's aboard in front of Paul Goldschmidt. Here's a look at how the Yankees line up defensively. A familiar face for the Cardinals. Anthony Rizzo is the Yankees' first baseman. Told you that battle at shortstop. Volte and Peraza battling that out. Peraza playing second. Cabrera at third. Josh Donaldson's their everyday man. And what to make of Aaron Hicks? Giancarlo Stanton's in right field today. We're told he's going to play about 50 games in the outfield for New York this year. We'll see how that works out for Aaron Boone's
They're going to
squad.
have to find somebody else to fill in that spot. It's amazing to me that I think they did give Hicks a lot of money, and I don't know if it's just from what you hear around the league, if it was premature, the money, or if he just didn't go to the next level yet. You know? I mean, I don't really know the Yankees as well as, you know, we see these other teams, and I just hear a lot of conversations in the back of the, you know, the food room with the scouts, and I feel like his name is always being mentioned.
Well, he's in there today.
Waiting for him to take off.
And Hicks, 273 mark at the plate. Goldschmidt, no trouble offensively, hitting over 400 for the Cardinals. Man, it's great to have these guys back after their second place finish to Japan. Ali Marmol was joking with the media before the game today. Some were surprised that Goldie was in the lineup one day after returning, and one of the reporters asked, well, does Paul need to worry about his spot on the roster?
Yeah.
No. Give a good last impression.
You know what it was? He was 0 for 4 in that last game. He's like, I'm not having that.
That just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reigning most valuable player in the National League, Paul Goldschmidt. O'Neill a good lead at first. Another half step.
Oof.
And Rizzo another chance on a pop-up near the Cardinal dugout, but no play.
It's a really good pitch right there. If you think about it, that is enough to tie him up. It might be on the edge where it's the pitch you can't take, and also the pitch you really can't hit unless you're really cheating. Well, we all know as he gets deeper in the count, he's not cheating. So that's a pitch that you throw that too many times, he will. But the majority of the time, that's the swing he's going to give you until you hang him something, especially with 2 strikes. You don't want to hang the breaking ball, that's for sure.
That's sunk out of sight, and there's strikeout number 2. This guy's got good stuff, man.
Yeah,
he's an all-star for a reason.
Moving the ball around very well. And this is paint down and away and hard. Like I said, hitters thinking breaking ball, off speed, maybe back inside, and then just dots the outside corner.
So here's Contreras. 5 RBIs for him, looking for his first spring homer, and that's sprayed foul to the right.
I'd like to just get a hit. I've never even thought about that first homer.
Yeah.
No, save him.
When they count.
Just let me have a good at bat and get out of here.
A lot of room right side for Contreras, who rolls it foul. And the count quickly to him. No balls, 2 strikes. Cortez was going to pitch for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, but he had some hamstring problems, got those healthy, and obviously the Yankees breathing a sigh of relief to have him back in peak form. This is his second start of the spring. He faced the Blue Jays first and changed his arm angle.
Little drop down piece.
Something else to think about.
Unless you drop down every time and throw a fastball. That's not good. I love when you get those guys. Like every time he drops down, fastball's coming. He's never throwing a breaking ball. That's in that situation.
0-2 pitch again. He is bounced foul again.
You know, I learned a lot of the game that as it progressed because of technology, and not just because of the stat technology and all that stuff. The technology of being able to watch everything on video. So much so that when I was down there during meetings before COVID, they would sit there and say, if this guy comes set, he will not throw to first base. If he throws to first base before he comes set. So basically, you're telling me every time he comes set, you can just take off running. And they'll say 98 out of 100 times. And then sometimes they'll say 0 out of 65 times has he ever thrown over after being set. Right-handed and left-handed, which is just another part of the game that just is so easy to pick up on now because of technology.
You were one of the best in the business at doing it in the pre-video days, which dates both of us as kind of dinosaurs in the business.
Yeah. Well, we had enough video to watch the pitchers and kind of zero in on the stuff that we needed. But I just think the running game, man, could you imagine if you had a guy like Ricky Henderson now and he knew every time you were going to not pick over? Take all the guesswork out of everything.
That's poked towards second. Cortez, an impressive first inning, 1 hit for 2 strikeouts, and we head to the second. No score. Fans, pick your favorite moment in the WBC Best Plays presented by T-Mobile for a chance to win the ultimate all-star fan experience. Restrictions apply. See rules and vote at worldbaseballclassic.com/bestplays. Steven Matz, no problem with the Yankees in the first. 1, 2, 3 and out they went. And now he faces Giancarlo Stanton, who's having a nice finish to his spring training. Jim, he's riding a 6-game hitting streak.
That's not where you want to be right now.
No?
No. You want to be just kind of struggling a little bit, working your way into it. Because you know what happens as a former player? As soon as you break here and you got a 10-game hitting streak, you're like, oh my gosh, I got 3 days off. I got to keep going. How am I going to do this?
So you put yourself in a slump,
you
right?
Put yourself in a slump. Because you know what it's like. When you're hot, you don't want to stop playing. And then when you're struggling, you need those days off. So it's almost like you just kind of want to be in good shape, good swing, and good spirits. And hopefully, I always thought when the lights turned on, man, there was no stopping you. The beach ball comes out because of the lights, you know. You're hitting in this place. Tell you what, if you go down there in that right-handed batter's box, and if Matz is over to his right a little bit more, he's coming off that in between the outfield scoreboard and the green backdrop. It's hard to see. I would rather face a lefty some days here than a right-hander that's way off to the side. Matz is doing them a favor, not on purpose, but that's just the side he pitches on.
Well, he's given up his first hit to Stanton. Oswaldo Cabrera, the batter, playing third for the Yankees today.
If I was pitching here and I was trying to make a team and I was a lefty, I would sidearm it as far over as I could, coming out of that white food tent right there. Lefties, righties would be like, wait a second, I can't see anything.
Ah, the joys of spring training ballparks, right?
Yep. Dropping down, throwing across your body. Problem is, like I said, then you get into the first night game, the ball looks like a beach ball. Now what do you do?
Yeah, it's hard enough to make a team as a young player in spring training, and then those other factors you're talking about, the wind, the signage.
I mean, I love this ballpark. I just did not like hitting here some days, but just very tough to see against right-handers that were off to the side.
Matz has his first strikeout. Cabrera goes down swinging, and Aaron Hicks, the hitter.
It's like a backdoor cutter that he didn't mean to throw it out there, but just enough.
Hicks at 273 this spring. Health has been a big part of the problem for Aaron Hicks in a Yankees uniform. And this one popped up into center. O'Neill drifts back. He's got plenty of room, and Hicks is the second out. And Oswald Peraza is the hitter. He and Volpe are the two men competing for the starting shortstop assignment for the Yankees. Two different skill sets, we're told, Jim, between these two young players. But like the Cardinals, and when you get players coming up through your system that have talent like these two, you feel awfully good about your present and your future.
Well, you know what I also like what Booney's doing here? He's putting them both in the same game. Letting them work together, but also seeing them against the same type of pitching. Because you're gonna, I think that's the way. I mean, how can you determine which guy's better than the other guy if you throw one guy in there against, say, Matz, and the next guy's facing Jack Flaherty? I mean, I would think the guy versus Matz might have a little bit more of an advantage facing the lefty, but I like to see these competition, these guys playing the same days.
Snap throw to first. Stanton is back safely.
And then also, I think, too, as a manager, you also want them to pull for each other, because you know what? That could be your up-the-middle infield for years to come. You never know. I mean, the guys that are there tend to leave free agency, get hurt. So you're looking at guys that could be your future. You want them to get along and play together.
Well, Bullet hit toward left, but Nootbaar is there, and he makes the catch at the edge of the warning track. Matz is through 2 scoreless. Get your pepper grinders out. Lars Nootbaar is coming up third. We are winding down our final days of spring training 2023. In fact, in 7 days and 1 hour, we'll be on the air with Cardinals Live, our pregame show for opening day between the Cardinals and the Toronto Blue Jays.
You'll be on the air live. I'll still be trying to figure out how to hop out of the back of that truck that's driving.
That's right. Well, don't hop out while it's moving. That's the only advice
you
I've
and
got.
Brad will be up here making fun of me.
Well, that's easy to do.
That's true.
By the way, as Dylan Carlson leads off, this is a monumental day in Cardinals history.
And for the Edmonds family, which I was brought to my attention. Thank you.
I thought you were going to say which I'm still a part of. 23 years ago today, the Cardinals acquired Jim Edmonds.
And today is 3/23/23.
Right.
Changed my life forever. Thank you very much.
How about that wind up from Cortez?
I think that should be a balk. I think that should be a ball. I swear, I do. That's deceiving the hitter.
Correct. You're supposed to.
I thought they were going to stop that. No, I'm not kidding. It had changed my life forever. It's been nothing but a pleasure. I love every minute of it. You know, the kids are in school. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
of course.
What was my first thing I said to you when I saw you? Welcome back. You know, I think it's just so cool that you get to come back. I've been able to stay. And what a day. That was, I opened the door and that was the first thing out of the press room. Good pitch right there.
This guy's tough. 3 strikeouts for Cortez. Carlson's down on strikes, and Jordan Walker's coming up.
Kid for the Dodgers, the lefty. Not Ryu.
Urias.
Yeah.
Urias.
Like kind of like same stuff. Like he'll challenge you in with like the fastball and then a cutter and a little bigger cutter. And so you just don't know which one you want to swing at. And then all of a sudden he throws a little tiny cut or the fastball and you're tied up.
And they're all deceptive.
Yeah,
right?
because it's coming in, but one's going to come in a little bit more. It's almost like the Mariano Rivera cutter. You know, he threw a little one, a bigger one, a bigger one. And then just when you thought you figured him out, then he started throwing it outside and running it back across. But I think that's what he's doing such a nice job of it right now, is he's just challenging you, trying to speed you up. And then, but he'll just, you know, back to the whole pitching thing, the Maddox thing. In, cross it up. Like they said, you crisscross the corners of the plate, right? Make an X. Throw a ball that will run in, throw a ball that will run back. On the outside, throw a little something that will break around the plate, and throw something that will run off. If you can do that, that's pitching.
So for a 20-year-old kid in Jordan Walker, who's trying to make his first big league opening day roster, an even bigger challenge for him because he has not earned a spot yet, and he's facing one of the American League's best today. For Ollie.
For a fastball, but here comes the inside again.
And he's frozen at the knees, and it's 4 strikeouts for Nestor Cortez.
See what that mean? Like though, it's just like what's he going to throw next?
Nothing to eliminate for the hitters at this point. And Lars Nootbaar will get a big cheer as he's back.
I love it. Good for him.
What's it like as a young player, and I'm asking you this because you went through it like Nootbaar did, but in a different circumstance, when you've become one of the stars of the game at a young age, that first feeling that, hey, you're kind of a big deal. What's that like
fun.
as a player?
You know what? It's fun. It's scary and fun at the same time because there's different versions of it, right? You get to be a starter, and then you can walk around with your head up, you know, around the field.
Race to the bag, and Rizzo.
You have a big year, then everyone knows you. My thing was I went to an All-Star game, and then I put my head in the sand because I was the youngest player at the All-Star game.
Stay hot.
Goes up and down.
A lot of kids in action here in Jupiter, Florida. No score. Yankees and Cardinals. Jose Trevino will lead off. Willie Calhoun will follow. Steven Matz begins his 3rd inning with a strike. Like I said, Jim, the starting staff for the Cardinals this spring, even with Michaelis and Adam Wainwright off to the WBC, they've pitched terrifically.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of neat to see Waino and Michaelis pitch in the same games. Kind of similar to what I was talking about here. Seeing them pitch against the same competition and feeding off each other and almost finishing a full game against a quality team. I don't know, man. I didn't like it a couple years back. But I think it was a great opportunity for everyone this year, and I think it was almost like you kind of watch it from a distance, and not that baseball was going anywhere, but the way the economy and everything is going, you're almost like, baseball's back. You know,
little chopper toward Edman at short, throws high on the run, and that one airmailed into the Cardinal dugout. So an infield hit for Trevino, and if you missed the news today, Adam Wainwright placed on the injured list. He injured his groin in the weight room before the finale down in South Florida. But this is what Adam did in the WBC. The Cardinals, Jim, were so encouraged by what he did in his 2 starts.
yeah, he pitched so well. I was surprised at his sharpness. It's still kind of early, but like we said, I know he throws a lot in the winter on his own time, and he's like he's throwing darts, you know. Spends his time in the bar throwing darts and then just goes to the baseball.
That's a secret, huh?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
But
I mean, the guy had pin. I mean, the sharpness in the WBC was amazing. That's what caught my eye.
Willie Calhoun, the hitter. Let's see if he can advance the runner. The heartbreaking part of it was for the Cardinals, and Ali Marmol said this in his scrum before the game. He wanted to be very clear. Adam Wainwright was going to be the opening day starter for St. Louis today. It would have, this year, it would have been his 7th assignment in the season's first game, as Nootbaar will try to track this one down near the line, and room in foul ground makes the play. No advance to the runner, 1 out.
Well, he is getting older, and that's what happens. It started happening to me. You don't think it, you don't feel it, and all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I never felt that twinge before.
I didn't know I had one of those.
Yeah,
right?
My last year I was check swinging, and I had a little tiny oblique, and I've never had one before, just on a check swing. So 40 years old is no joke, as they said.
But you know how much opening day means to a man like Adam Wainwright, his final year, how much it means to the fans. And so he's going to miss a couple of weeks for St. Louis, and that opens a spot in rotation. The way Jake Woodford has pitched, Holly alluded, he's a likely candidate to
that could
get a
open
spot.
up 2 spots. You know, it could open up now. Maybe if you're thinking about keeping Jake and putting him in the long man in the pen, forward him up into the rotation, and then all of a sudden, just like what you're thinking, and all of a sudden there's another spot in the bullpen. So, especially with those 3 lefties that have been putting ridiculous numbers up, hard to send any of those guys down.
Anthony Volpe up for the 2nd time. He popped out his 1st time in a swinging bunt. Runner's going to try to take 3rd, and that is easy pickings. Trevino easily out at 3rd base for out number 2.
Contreras made that play like it was a forced play. He was just, there's no way he wasn't going to throw him out. I mean, he just went way too early. Wow, what a cannon. That's where we're not going to lose a lot defensively, as far as the way he can get out, pick off guys, throw guys out, get away, you know, block balls, make those plays. You might miss a little bit with the play calling and the kind of this being around the club for the first couple months, but those things right there, you're definitely not going to miss when it comes to Contreras.
And those relationships with the starting pitching staff for Contreras were helped. He chose not to play in the WBC to
that was smart.
Get to his new team, get to know these guys.
That takes a lot. You know, that says something right there,
Yeah.
I think. And, you know, we've always watched him as a Cub. You watch the Cubs, you don't like them. You see he's got a little bit of pizzazz. He gets tough, and, you know, he gets a little attitude on the field, but you're supposed to want. But when you're watching it as a visitor, you're like, man, I don't like that guy. But when he's on your side, that's the best thing you can have. You know, you've just went and taken something that you dislike because of his toughness, and you've just added him to your team, and now all of a sudden that's a major part of your team.
Dylan Carlson battles the wind at the line, makes the play, and Steven Matz is through 3 scoreless. Head-to-head with the Yankees. Sunday, April 2nd, 25,000 fans 16 and up will take home a lightweight hooded long sleeve pullover. Tickets are available, cardinals.com/promotions. Well, with all the talk of Jordan Walker this spring, the young man in the batter's box for the Cardinals has done that and more. 21-year-old Mason Wynn.
21 years old and a day.
Right.
Let's not get carried away. He's not 21.
He's not an old 21.
No, he's very fresh.
We were talking about that. Yes. Could you imagine being 21 again?
No. And I was in Double-A. On my 3rd year already.
Oh.
the minor leagues. It started when I was just turned first game. I was still 17, and then 18, 19, 20. So it was like I had a long way to go.
Well, this kid's going to have a fast track to the big leagues with what he's shown this year. Cannon for an arm. He's hit for power. Took a strike 3 call there. It's 5, by the way, for Nestor Cortes.
Looking for that pitch inside. You can see everyone's kind of giving that little butt. Kind of sticks out a little bit. He's trying to think about right there. You can see how his front knee started to open up just a tad. That's when you're done.
So Brendan Donovan with a solid camp. 4 homers, 10 RBIs for him. Where's he going to play?
Everywhere.
Well,
again, 1 through 9 somewhere. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
He's a third today.
Like I said this the other day, it works itself out. Look, Wainwright, you know, all of a sudden talking about what are you going to do with the last starter, and then all of a sudden you got a guy go down.
It is funny how
still got a week left.
Well, how we all obsess over the 26-man roster, and once it's set a day into the season, it changes.
Could be changed,
right?
Yeah.
Donovan had a good rip. Mistake there from Cortes.
What I like
got
about
away
this
with it.
Cortes is if you really watch from behind, you're seeing a very short arm action, and the ball's kind of like that short arm tucked behind the ear, and everything kind of comes out of there. There's no big reach, and you can see spin that well. You can see it if you watch, you know, from the TV version of it, and he's just like, it's almost like he's throwing a football, and it comes out. It's either going to straight, cut, change up, or breaking ball, but it's kind of a little sneaky.
So when you were at the plate, did you try to eliminate a side of the plate or a pitch or 2 pitches? How did that work for you?
I tried to find out what he was throwing in his glove. I wanted to know. I wanted to cheat so bad I didn't even want to have to guess.
Well, right now
he's making short work.
He's in, out, up, down, and throwing strikes with every pitch.
To me, if I had to go up there and just hit raw without getting any signs or any kind of tipping on pitchers or gloves, I would just go up there and look fastball, middle away. Try not to look inside, because as soon as you do, you open up, and then everything away kills you. And just try to hit the ball as hard as I could on the barrel.
Edman did that, but smokes it toward Hicks in center, and Cortes, with 6 strikeouts among the first 10 Cardinals he's faced, is in a 0-0 duel with Steven Matz. For the Cardinals Hall of Fame, presented by Edward Jones. Our nominees for 2023 are Joaquin Andujar, Steve Carlton, David Freese, who, by the way, was traded for Jim Edmonds, Matt Morris, and Edgar Renteria. Cast your vote at Cardinals.com/Hall of Fame. Voting closes April 21st. So as we talked about earlier, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Anthony Rizzo leads off. He popped out his first time up. Rizzo's had some back troubles.
Funny, he has a lot of back troubles. I don't know if that's just the torque that he puts on himself, or, you know, sometimes guys are nice and big and strong and they have issues, and it's always like just a disproportionate something in their body, and like everyone's afraid to tell them how to fix it. They just try to like mask the pain.
How big of a temptation would it have been for you as a left-hand hitter at Yankee Stadium to just try to lift and separate, hit every ball?
Probably would put me in the biggest slump ever, but I think that, you know, if you just hit and just try not to do too much and put the ball in the barrel, like, I'd rather be a right-handed hitter. If I was this guy, and I was talking to Harrison Bader, just like I did in Houston, I would just drag the bat through the zone all day long. I was hitting one time, and Roy Oswalt threw me a fastball middle in, and I waited so long, and I fouled it back like that, like kind of inside over our dugout, which would be to the third base side.
Right.
And Brad Osmus doesn't even come out of his stance, and he said, "You are seriously trying to hit the ball in the Crawford boxes, aren't you?" I said, "Wouldn't you?" And he said, "Good point. Let's go." We threw the ball back in the middle of an at bat.
Duh.
Yeah. I said, "Wouldn't you?"
It's what, 290 there for a reason, right?
Well, yeah, and if you want to go ahead and keep pitching me in, then I'm going to just try to turn and burn. But if I can just stay inside of it, backdoor curveballs. If you stay looking out there, you can clear a lot more part of the plate. You start looking inside, it's just something it does to your body, opens up, and you just start to lose inch by inch the outside parts of the plate.
Well, short porch, big porch, it doesn't matter for guys like Stanton
No,
and
how about
Judge.
the ball he hit in batting practice today on top of the visitors' roof?
We call that Edmonds land here.
Oh man!
By the way,
I'll tell you what. When the wind's blowing out, you can get it up there, even to left center for a lefty, but not the way he did it.
check swing, and that'll roll foul. The Yankees led the major leagues in home runs. They truly were the Bronx Bombers. 254 homers in 162 games last year. The Braves, by the way, were second in homers to the Yankees. But not this time for Stanton. Big breaking ball fools him. And Steven Matz has his second strikeout.
And that Atlanta ballpark's not small, is it?
No, it's fair. It's fair,
but it looks like it's a big ballpark. You see a good cutter down and in, slider cutter. Looks like it's going to be a strike and ends up at his feet. But it's not Yankee Stadium is what I'm saying.
No, or Houston.
I think if you had, like, was it Albies and those guys, as good as hitters that they are, had that right center field to play with.
Cabrera, deep left. Nootbaar as far as he can go, and it's out of here, a home run. Oswaldo Cabrera with a solo home run puts the Yankees in front.
There, the Yankee fans. This is okay right here. You're cruising along, trying to make a pitch. He throws it kind of where he wants to. The hitter goes out and gets it. And you look at that replay, he was kind of threw it right to the glove. It just Cabrera went out and kind of covered the plate.
Well, we won't have a scoreless tie today. That home
3
run
days in a row.
snaps 15 straight scoreless innings by the Cardinal pitching staff, which, as we said, has been so good. And Cabrera will fit right in with the rest of his Yankees teammates if he keeps doing that. His third homer of the spring.
So you see right there, he goes in twice, one with the fastball, one with the slider. Watch the front shoulder of Hicks right here. See if he leaks a little bit. See that right there?
Yep. A pretty good pitch.
Yeah, but there's no way he touches that because he's thinking inside. Now he's got to cover, and now you come back inside. See that right there? Keeps his shoulder closed, and he gets underneath him.
So the homer breaks the scoreless tie. Matz with 3 strikeouts through 4 innings. That's the only man that's touched the plate so far. Oswaldo Cabrera has made it 1-0 Yankees. Tyler O'Neill will lead off the St. Louis 4th. Mr. Cortez has been tough. Our great producer Brian Shapiro, Jimmy, posed a question as we took air today. How do you like Tyler O'Neill in the number 2 spot in this Cardinal lineup?
Well, I like him anywhere. I love the fact that this team, this lineup, can put anyone in that spot. La Russa used to love power or speed in the 2-hole. I think you have probably 2 or 3 guys that can lead off. You got 2 or 3 guys that can hit second. You got 2 or 3 guys that can hit 9th and 8th. So I think the strength of this team is you can move everyone around. So the one thing you have to ask yourself, and this is what, like Tony used to play around with, is do you want to use Goldie and Nolan to protect Tyler, or do you need Tyler to protect them? Is Contreras the guy who's going to protect them with the, maybe if he's like a 300 hitter, or do you need power behind those guys because they're probably going to walk one of the 2 big boys? And that's where you set your lineup around that. And I always thought that was interesting because Tony would come in and say, hey, I'm going to pitch you behind Mark today because they're probably going to walk him because this guy, he kills this guy.
Right.
And then as vice versa, hey, they're whatever that day, I want them to pitch around you to get to Mark. Even though Mark's Mark, he says he struggles with this guy, but he's been swinging the bat well.
What about
and he always used us as a little tool of like who
Sure.
we wanted to get pitched to that day more.
Well, and that goes to my next question. Handedness, I think, matters too. We were talking
Yes.
before the game. You don't really want to stack 3-4 lefties or righties
and
together.
yeah, righties for sure, I think too. But if you're going to stack some righties, you know that your first and third baseman can do it back to back, and that's just
what are you going to do without the rest of the guys?
Cortez is breaking out all of his tricks. That is strikeout number 7.
That is straight out of the lunch tent. The white lunch tent back there.
And unlike the first time he dropped down sidearm, that was not a fastball.
No, that was a slider.
And Contreras will hit with the bases empty.
The fastball over the top. Got a little bit of everything. That fastball's over the top, had a little kind of downward angle to it. The slider, sidearm, fastball cuts inside. It's like he's throwing darts. And I said, if he comes off to the side of the plate a little bit, in the background, that's kind of what you're looking at. That's not the right tent, but the one behind center field is the same thing, but even bigger. So once he comes off to the side, he gets out of the backdrop, because the backdrop's not major league size,
right,
as far as how big a normal stadium is. And so it's always a challenge, I think, when you go righty lefty here in spring training.
And not just the tent. If he drops down sidearm, you've got the white sign right in front of the tent on the wall.
Thing,
So,
and if you get, in between there, you got the sky in the backdrop. So you use everything to your advantage if you're a pitcher.
I just like the fact that, as you said, he's not afraid, nor is Matz, to pitch inside, keep hitters honest.
Well, you can see, look how easily you saw Hicks just be pitched to. One pitch in, okay, he pulls off the next pitch, and then you throw him away, and then he tries to overstay on another pitch. You start guessing with the pitcher, and that's the worst thing you can do.
Almost a great diving stop for Volpe, but Contreras will reach with 2 outs.
Send him down. Can't make the play.
The Cardinals have their second hit. It comes with 2 outs.
It's a good job by Contreras, just staying on that breaking ball.
So Dylan Carlson will bat. He struck out his first time up. He's had a little more power this spring.
I like the way he's at right now, where he's not as tall. He looks more athletic. He's got more flexion in his knees. For me, Dylan Carlson has 2 issues in his swing. One of them is at the end of the year, he gets tired and loses a lot of weight. The other thing is he gets on his heels a lot, and that's the one thing he's trying to correct. You can see right there, his knees are down. He's in a better athletic position this year, and I think that's going to turn into some more power for sure.
3 homers and 41 at-bats this spring. Jim, 8 homers and over 400 big league at-bats last year.
Yeah, he just didn't have a good year last year for him. He really got off balance a lot. He was getting beat by a lot of changeups. He was one of the kids that came up and was getting pounded by fastball counts and getting off-speed pitches. And he wasn't able to make that adjustment right away. A lot of those, the 1-0 changeup, the 1-0 slider, where you don't get that in AAA and AA. Like I said yesterday, he was the one that I think it hurt him the most, and then he had to rethink his hitting style. Be kind of more prepared for everything, not just fastball.
And with that power trade-off, I guess in today's game, the obvious trade-off is maybe a few more strikeouts.
And he's one of those guys, too, that will cut down his swing. He'll give you a one-handed swing to keep the ball in play. His closed stance I like better. It's just more aggressive looking.
1-2 count. And putting up a fight here. Cortez now 62 pitches, 44 strikes, 7 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 hits and leads 1-0.
You hear that guy? Come on, Dylan, turn on it now. Hope he's not coaching somebody. It's quite the opposite of what we're trying to do here.
A lot of room between first and second, with Rizzo holding Contreras, former Cubs teammates. And Nestor ready. Here it is. Oh, a flinch. Didn't get the call. 2-2.
Right there, huh? Oh, I got one of those. Sorry. I can look at my own monitor instead of taking yours away.
Yeah, the old video line of death is in effect here. Jim, stay to your side.
Yeah. Spread out my paperwork everywhere today.
2-2. Love it. Reel him in, Dylan.
Encouraging words.
And Cortez first start, 3 1/3 innings. He's trying to get through the 4th today for New York. And nice defensive work in front of the Yankees bullpen.
Sign him up.
Give that guy a gold star.
Give that guy a contract. Where was that? Baltimore back in the day?
Yeah, Rex Barney. Longtime PA voice of the Orioles. Give that fan a contract.
Never got to hear that.
Oh, he was great.
I heard about it a lot.
Chopper toward third. Fair ball. Long throw. Dillon is out by a stride. Nice play by Cabrera, who had himself a terrific 4th inning. We head to the 5th. Cortez and the Yankees up a run. Cardinals baseball on Valley Sports Midwest is brought to you by Chevrolet. See your Mid-America Chevy dealer. By CarShield. CarShield cars go farther. And by Toyota. Dear Adventure, ready when you are. Toyota. Let's go places. Oswald Peraza is up. He's flied out today. He's 0 for 1 for the Yankees, who will be heading to St. Louis June 30th, July 1st and 2nd in regular season play.
That'll be fun.
Looking forward to seeing their great radio tandem of John Sterling and Susan Waldman when they come to town. Gave Susan the scouting report. Told her that St. Louis weather that time of year is very chilly, so bring your warm clothes, bring a jacket.
Did you see they put the little guy, Lucan Baker, over at first base? Snuck him in the game. Barely see him. Only 6'4", 280 pounds of him.
Future broadcaster. Little chopper hit toward the left side. And the pegged first in plenty of time. That takes care of Peraza. And that is out number 1. Opening day is right around the corner. For the first time, the Cardinals will have an interleague matchup on opening day. It's the Toronto Blue Jays. The Clydesdales will be there. The Dalmatians will be there. The Cardinals Hall of Famers will be there. And the best fans in baseball will be there, too. Our coverage starts at 1:30 here on Valley Sports Midwest. All that's left to be decided for the Cardinals is who will start opening day, with Adam Wainwright today being placed on the injured list. If you missed that news.
And by the way, get there early, because if you try to time it, you're not going to make it.
Oh, really?
Oh, boy. There's been a couple times I've thrown some, you know, the play the other day at third, sheer panic. I've been on the on-ramp or off-ramp stuck in sheer panic.
Oh, look at that play. 360 spin from Tommy Edman. That's what I am looking forward to this year without the shift, is seeing the raw athleticism of guys up the middle making plays like that.
Baseball again.
Yes.
Well, this is how Tommy Edman made the team. A few years back, he wasn't even on the, pretty much on the breath of anyone. And the last week, he got a lot of playing time, and he made a couple of diving plays at second. He made an amazing diving play at short and a backhand play at short, all within 2 days. And all of a sudden, he was on the radar. And that year, he got called up, and he's never been back. So plays like that get you into the big leagues.
Willie Calhoun, the batter, he flied out his first time. Look, defense has always been appreciated in St. Louis, but I think industry-wide, run prevention has taken on so much more of an added importance with all the analytical information available now. And how front offices, how coaching staffs, how players themselves are able to evaluate range and runs saved and the like. You were a specialist in that regard.
Well, you got to want to, you know. You really have to want to go out there and play defense. And if you do that, there's no telling what you can do. And if you don't, you can be really embarrassed in a hurry.
Breaking ball had him out front, and it's skied to right. Dylan Carlson drifting back. Glasses gleaming. No problem. 3 up, 3 down for Steven Matz, who looks terrific. Ollie Marmol loves that. Yankees up a run. Help Cardinals Care raise funds to benefit kids in the community by purchasing a ticket for our spring training 50-50 rollover raffle presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. One lucky winner wins 50% of the jackpot. You must be 18 and in the state of Missouri at the time of purchase. Go to cardinals.com/5050 for tickets. Jordan Walker, first pitch swing. And that's out number one for Greg Weissert, who will follow Nestor Cortez, who can't pitch any better than he did. 7 strikeouts in 4 innings today. So 1 pitch, 1 out, brings up Lars Nootbaar. He tapped out his first time up. Weissert is an alumnus of Vin Scully's school. He's from Fordham.
Scully.
Made his big league debut last August, we're told. And I can imagine that right-hand hitters would not enjoy this matchup.
No. Trying to figure out where he's headed when he sets. It's like he's about to throw over to third. This is about as turned as you'll ever see away from home plate.
And his mustache is almost as good as Cortez's. Almost.
I mean, if you look at his stance, his feet when he comes set, his front foot is almost behind his back foot. So would that be now his back foot? Look at that. That is turned serious sideways.
Wait a second. Deep thoughts with Jim Edmonds. It's not even opening day yet. Is his front foot now his back foot?
Technically, it's behind.
Folks, that's got to be a T-shirt. 3 balls and a strike.
Look at that.
And now a full count. Well, we're told opening day, as we said, a week away from today. The Blue Jays are in town. Still a limited number of tickets available. They start at $44. As the week moves along, some $10 tickets will be available as he missed his pitch.
Yes, he did. Took a chance, 3-1, getting a heater, and just behind it.
And all the pageantry of fun of opening day with 2 young, exciting teams. That's, I think, the best part. All about the Cardinals' young stars. That Toronto club is one that thinks they can give the Yankees a fight in the AL East. As Nootbaar digs in, and a breaking ball is low, and a 1-out walk represents the tying run. Let's see if Lars takes some liberties on the base paths now. That is the first walk for any pitcher in the game.
That's good news.
And Mason Wynn, who took strike 3, is your hitter. One of the questions the Cardinals have to answer in the remaining days of spring training is, one, what's the health of Paul DeJong? He's battling a bad back and has been sidelined for the last several days. If he can't go, and if Edmonds your starting shortstop, who's his most likely backup? Don't know if it would be Mason Wynn at this stage of his pro career, but he has certainly shown Jim he can catch the ball at this level.
Yeah, I think that that's where Donovan comes into play. He plays pretty much everywhere.
Two quick strikes for Mason Wynn. And you can see how much trouble this guy gives right-hand hitters.
Yeah, he's really stepping across his body. I think you got to go right here. Why not? If you get a jump. Can't imagine him being quick to the plate.
Another half step on the lead. Not going. And Wynn fought it off.
I just figured he was going to throw him a strike, maybe put the ball in play, and if not, he's going to bounce a slider, and he's sliding into second base easily.
Cardinals have tried 20 stolen bases this spring. They've only been caught 4 times. I think you're going to see a lot of that. As that ball hits Mason Wynn. No swing. So the Cardinals have 2 on with 1 out. A walk and a hit by pitch. Let's see where it got Mason Wynn. Hope it's not the fingers or the wrist. Oh, underside of the forearm. And they did appeal at first to make sure he didn't swing.
Annoying. Ugh. That's a rule that I don't like at all.
What?
If you start your swing and you get hit, sometimes they'll ring you up on that. It makes you want to go out there and just like get a grasp on the kind of the throat section of the umpire. Like, wait a second, I just got hit and you're calling the strike.
So the first chance for the Cardinals, 2 on for Brendan Donovan. He took strike 3 his first time up.
Or like when you take a check swing for righty on righty or lefty on lefty, and you start to go and the ball's up at your head, so you fall back and the bat just has to go up in the air and they'll give you a strike, and you're like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Why don't you come down here and do this? I'll switch with you.
No thanks.
Let me throw some balls at your head and see if you don't flinch.
Quickly, 0-2. Drama building for the Cardinals in the 5th. They're down 1-0. Donovan hitting 9th, trying to drive in a run or turn the lineup card back to Tommy Edman, who waits on deck. And now we await the 0-2 pitch. Right on by.
Oh, you don't see that very often.
Yeah, Donovan doesn't strike out a lot, but he's gone down twice today. And 2 are on. 2 are out. Blues owe the Detroit Red Wings a little payback. They lost in a shootout on Tuesday at Enterprise Center, but they're in Motor City tonight with Blues Red Wings hockey beginning at 5:30 here on Bally Sports Midwest. Well, let's see if Tommy can provide a 2-out hit. Got good speed aboard for the Cardinals. Boy, a gapper in left center field would be a thing of beauty. A lot of room out there. Pickoff play at second. And Newbar back safely.
Take a bloop single to short. Short left. Score a run. He's either going to get a jam shot to left center field, he's going to yank one in the corner. There was the yank in the corner pitch right there. You can just see like the types of matchups where basically the pitcher makes a pitch and kind of see what could happen by the type of hitter you're facing.
There's that shot in the left center field. That's going to tie the game. Newbar around third. Streaking toward third is Wynn.
You see him run right there? But you see what I'm saying? That's how I play defense. You can see there's only a certain amount of outcomes that can come out of that matchup. And if he makes a pitch with a fastball up, Tommy's going to stay inside it. If he makes anything down, he's going to yank it in the corner because he knows he's got good stuff. And he's going to try to be quick. I mean, that is just perfect.
Don't you love it when a big league hitter doesn't try to do too much? And it looked exactly what Edman was doing.
Don't you love it when your analyst is just telling you what's going to happen before it happens?
It's so refreshing.
It's almost like when they tell you, hey, read card 32. I'm like, oh, I could take a minute off.
Well, if you'd like to practice as the runner at first goes, and there'll be no throw. So Tommy Edman steals a base, and now the Cardinals in a spot where another 2-out hit could score a pair of runs.
The other thing about the bottom of this order, Chip, we were talking about, you got a guy like Donovan and even Newbar. Let's not even say wins there, but those two guys are at the bottom. They give you good at-bats. Then you have Tommy Edman. He'll give you a great at-bat, and all of a sudden, you still only have 2 outs, and now you got O'Neill, and then you might have Goldschmidt coming up.
Mile-high pop-up behind the plate. And that will end the Cardinals' 5th. But they cash in the first walk of our game. Tommy Edman with a run-scoring single ties it up. Tommy Edman's first spring RBI has tied our game at a run apiece as we move to the 6th inning. Now let's focus on Steven Matz. Look at what he's done, Jim, in 5 innings.
Well, same basically. I mean, these guys are like pitched by pitch for pitch right now with 1 run, 3 hits, and just going out and making pitches. And that's what I said about the tune-up. The sharp, every day you go out there, you get a little sharper, a little sharper. Matz with 72 pitches after last inning. 48 of those strikes, and I mean those are, I mean, they're almost going pitch for pitch right there with when Cortez was in the game.
Anthony Volpe. Boy, this kid doesn't get cheated, does he?
No, he doesn't.
But a very exciting, talented young player for the Yankees. 5 doubles, couple of homers.
5'11", 180, and coming out of his shoes.
Well, he's doing what he probably would have to do to make the team for the Yankees, kind of like Jordan Walker for the Cardinals.
A little bit of damage also. Yep. Play defense. The Yankees' first-round pick in 2019.
Well, they've been looking for
out of New Jersey, no doubt. Out of high school, out of New Jersey.
That helps, right?
Yep.
And Matz heats him up upstairs. 4 strikeouts for Steven. And his 6th inning off to a good start. Man, I've really been impressed with how well he's pitched.
Take a look at the lift of the hitter right here first. See the shoulders starting to go up. He's so thinking he's going to get something inside to drive, and that's why in the big leagues, when you get to this level, you have to make adjustments with 2 strikes. And if you keep swinging that same way, they will just find where the hole is, and when they need it, they'll go there.
Is that why you want to believe what you see in the first 2.5, 3 weeks of spring training? It's these final 6, 7, 10 games that tell the tale as you move toward opening day?
I think so, because you get everyone's a little bit more sharp. You're starting to get guys that have had enough swings to see, you know, to really get comfortable. Pitchers are now getting their breaking balls in the field pitches, you know, not just the curveball, but the cutter and the slider. I think those sometimes take a little bit more time. You're not casting balls out anymore. You're really throwing them.
Gleyber Torres, the hitter, and Matz strikes him out. That ball's sinking out of sight, and the peg to first in plenty of time. Lucan Baker checks the webbing, and there's out number 2. Everything Matz has thrown has been with purpose. When he's not striking guys out, he's getting the ball on the ground. He's working with great pace. After what I'm sure, Jim, was a frustrating year for him injury-wise. What a lift he could be in rotation for St. Louis.
And both of these guys, we haven't had a good, really effective full year of a left-handed starter in this organization in a long time, and we got to have a chance to have 2 of them.
Two outs, base is empty for Anthony Rizzo, who's 0 for 2. And off the netting, out of play. We'll try again.
So that's like the pitch right there you're talking about, like that field pitch. It's a slider. That's not where he wants that right there. Got too much to plate. In about 2 more weeks, a guy like Rizzo right here puts that in the seats.
Look at that soft contact
right there.
Little roller to second, and Steven Matz with 6 terrific innings for the Cardinals. Good ball game. Glad you're with us. We're tied at 1. Well, fans, Peanuts Night returns to the ballpark on Monday, April 3rd. With the purchase of a special themed ticket, fans will receive an exclusive Cardinals-inspired Schroeder bobblehead. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/theme. Ron Marinaccio is on now. He's had an impressive spring in limited duty.
Yeah, he has 5. This is his 5th game. 2.08 ERA, but only this is his 5th game, but has only pitched in 4 and a third inning. So he's been out there for an inning here, an inning there, and maybe we got it out of a jam, and see you later.
Face Lucan Baker. All right, Jimmy, you've got 50 chances to guess which state Marinaccio's from.
I already heard the answer, but I was just wondering if it was true.
Yes, Toms River, New Jersey.
There you go.
Todd Frazier's high school.
Ooh.
As Lucan Baker checks the swing. 2 balls and a strike. The plan for Goldie today was to get 2 at-bats and get him out of the game. There's nothing wrong with him physically.
Well, you just want to keep him seeing pitches and keep his legs fresh. Oh, good pitch. Split. Nasty. Change up.
And we assume that Nolan Arenado will be in the lineup either tomorrow or Saturday for the Cardinals. Saturday, by the way, our last spring telecast.
Oh, they could just miss that.
Luke, and another one of these Cardinals youngsters, Jim, that's gotten a lot of playing time this spring with 17 different players off to the WBC for the Redbirds organization.
Some of these guys are waiting. The minor league guys are waiting for these next 4 years to come so they can get
a chance to play.
Yeah, they get a chance to play again. Maybe the young guys at the very bottom of the minor leagues right now are thinking, they're looking at their clocks like, okay, 4 years from now, where am I going to be?
Whoa, that was close. So Lincoln Baker draws the second walk of the game for the Cardinals offense. This one a leadoff pass. And Contreras is coming up.
Oh, it's a good take right there. Lucky, but good.
Trevino tried to frame that. Here's Contreras. He's 1 for 2. And a roller foul past third. That's the pitch this young man learned last year, we're told. He has an excellent changeup, but that slider has been a difference maker.
Well, it looked like it was coming from behind Contreras' hip. Makes it tough to hit. It's that changeup split right there, whatever that is.
That's not the height he wanted, but he was lucky to get a foul ball. So it's 0-2. For the Cardinals catcher Contreras, Dylan Carlson waits on deck. In the air towards shallow center. Hicks coming on. Still coming. Still coming. Oh, and he makes a circus backhanded catch. Wow, what a play.
That was a long run when you're playing deep. Takes a big swing, hits it off the end of the bat, and the wind is blowing in. See the first reaction. Not a bad jump, but not coming in. And that wind just knocks it down right there. I've been surprised too, as a lot of these young guys on the infield, they seem to just forget about the wind, and when the ball goes up over their head, they're just like, yeah, somebody else can get it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple guys catch the ball running in close to the dirt.
Well, what did Bill Murray say in Stripes? We're pacing ourselves, Sergeant. Dylan Carlson,
wait,
the
it went
batter.
over my head. It's yours. Noah's going to blow back into the infield.
Well, how do you see this outfield competition shaping up for the Cardinals? If O'Neill's going to be in center, you've got a lot of great choices to play in the corners.
Yeah, I think it's a good problem to have. I think that's the only thing that stops Walker from making this team is until they either find a place to send somebody isn't healthy, or someone just flat out isn't hitting. I just don't think you have room to bring him up and let him sit. So you're either going to have to move some people, or something's going to have to happen. Oh.
Right back up the middle. Ball boxed it short. The flip and the cover in time. Heck of a recovery.
There's a changeup again.
Wow, Volpe with a super effort to not go into panic mode. And even better work by Peraza to get to the bag at second.
About the pitcher. Great job of not getting killed. What's this? Hanging changeup. Woo. Go flip with the glove.
Well, we talked about it being peanuts night at the ballpark in St. Louis. Marinaccio almost got Charlie Brown on that ball right back through the box. Wow, that was a bullet. And here's Walker.
Ryan. He wasn't ready. That's spring training. That's like, okay, I dodged my first bullet.
Oh.
Ball was crushed. See, that's the thing right there. Last year, the year before, Dylan didn't do hitting changeups that are up because he was so focused on trying to get to the fastball and hitters counts, and now he's being able to recognize a little bit more the off-speed stuff. Almost got Charlie Brown. Linus almost pulled the football out from underneath there. What is it?
Lucy.
Lucy. Sorry,
Yeah.
Linus.
Yeah, L, you were close.
I was close. Started with an L, I think.
Jordan Walker
Pulled the blanket
first.
out. Does that change up again?
Right.
Wow.
Okay. So you're ready for peanuts now.
Okay, Lucy has the football.
Linus had the blanket. Schroeder played the piano.
Yeah. And the dirty guy.
Pigpen.
Pigpen. A cloud of dirt.
1 ball, 1 strike. And Walker.
Hanging changeup again.
Yep.
It's like, see these guys kind of make adjustments really quick, right? You get fooled on a changeup. That's what I like about watching Walker. Get fooled on a changeup, and then the next time he thinks he could throw this again, so I'm going to slow down a little bit, read the pitch, don't sell out on a fastball, and you almost got to change up to hit.
Lifted into shallow right, and no trouble there. And Marinaccio survives the Cardinals' 6th. He gives up a walk, nothing else, and we head to the 7th tie.
And we're back here in Jupiter, Florida, in the top of the 7th with a 1-1 game, and our Budweiser player of the game right now, Steven Matz. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, and you can see here he had pretty much everything working for him today, Chip. You see the slider that wasn't great away, but the cutter down and in, and then he was finishing guys with the fastball and then back to the slider. I think he pretty much had everything working. Wasn't as sharp as you would think he would want to be, but I'll tell you what, probably one more outing before the opening day gets here. He looked pretty good. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he's ready. And hopefully this guy will be too. Genesis Cabrera, limited duty for Cardinals lefty. 86 pitches, 58 strikes for Matz. That's the ratio you'd like. And Cabrera quickly ahead of Giancarlo Stanton, who singled in his first of 2 trips.
This guy, sometimes when he pulls off, I think, I mean, why would you ever cheat when you're this big and strong? Why would you ever even flinch? Just try to get the bat through the zone, keep the ball from hitting anywhere from the label to the end of the bat, and you got a chance. Not like the rest of us where you got to hit it square in the barrel.
Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. Gets Stanton, who has struck out twice. Nasty pitch from Genesis Cabrera.
This is a really good breaking ball right here. This is exactly where you'd like to throw it. That goes through the probably through the bottom of the zone. It ends up in the dirt, unhittable.
Well, there is a battle in the bullpen for the Cardinals. As you said, Jim, the lefties have done great work. As Cabrera gets a roller from Cabrera for the 2nd out. I don't know how the Cardinals decide who's going to make the team from that side.
Would you say there's 4 of them right now? We basically talked about the 3 young kids, and then without Cabrera, so there's 4 guys on the left side that have a chance to make this team. And you're right, you're not going to go into the beginning of the season with 4 lefties in the bullpen. So, I mean, there's always tough choices.
Well, Zach Thompson has not given up a run, earned or otherwise, this spring. for the Cardinals. Jojo Romero has only pitched twice, 2 innings, 2 hits and a run. Packy Naughton has been excellent.
Gave up his first runs, yesterday, right?
Yeah, Misevich was just sent to AAA as Aaron Hicks rolls back to the mound, and that's as good as it gets out of bullpen, right? A strikeout, 2 comebackers. That's a nice way to send us to the 7th inning stretch. Jim's going to sing. We promise when we come back. Cardinals baseball on Bally Sports Midwest is brought to you by Chevrolet. See your Mid-America Chevy dealer, by Plaza Tire Service, the quick change experts, and by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Scott Hurst will step in for St. Louis. We've hit the home 7th on a beautiful day in Jupiter. Cardinals won. Yankees won. Steven Matz terrific in 6 innings. Nestor Cortez struck out 7 Cardinals in 4 innings.
And Matt's 5, right? A lot of strikeouts early on.
Struck out 5 Yankees. As a swing and a miss by Scott Hurst has him behind the 8 ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off day for us on Bally Sports Midwest tomorrow. The Cardinals will play a night game, as that's called strike 3, in West Palm Beach. They'll face the Nationals. And then on the 25th, Saturday, they've got a day-night split squad affair.
When?
Saturday.
Oh, you and I have
we have the day game.
The day game thing.
And the squad will, you know what we could do? We could escort the bus to Port St. Lucie on the way to the airport.
Don't joke, I've done that before.
For the 6 o'clock game against the Mets. Mason Wynn has struck out. He's been hit by a pitch today. And that one back into the seats, foul quickly. It's 0-2. Yankees have a interesting opening day assignment. They've got the Giants. No, not the New York Giants, but the San Francisco Giants.
It is bizarre.
For their
schedule
first
this year is very interesting.
3 games. That's followed by a date with the NL champion Phillies, who got bad news today. Rhys Hoskins, apparently feeling a ground ball, hurt his knee and had to be carted off the field.
Yikes, that is not good.
And they're already without Bryce Harper, who's coming back from his elbow surgery. So the National League East, with Diaz hurt, with Nimmo hurting, now Harper and Hoskins for the Phillies.
Opening up some doors.
Mason Wynn now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty for him. And he telegraphed that change, but the pitch popped up.
The more he throws them, the more they're getting hittable.
The 2-2 pitch is back out of play, foul for Mason
some good
Wynn.
at bats.
Yeah, he looks like a big leaguer, Jim. He just has that presence about him. Don't know if he'll make the team or not.
Maybe not right away, but I'll tell you what, he's going to be there soon. He's already, like you said, he already has that big league presence. That's not a strike.
But 2 are out here in the 7th inning. And Brendan Donovan is the final hope for Ollie's Cardinals. Saturday, April 1st, 25,000 fans, 16 and up, take home a mystery pitching bobblehead showcasing either Yadier Molina or Albert Pujols. That giveaway courtesy of Central Bank. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. First week of the season is going to be a great one at Busch Stadium. Of course, opening day with Toronto. Then the Atlanta Braves come in for 3 games. For that Saturday game, tickets start at $10 if you haven't made your plans for the first weekend of the regular season. On Sunday, April 2nd, it's a Smithfield Family Sunday. Free hot dogs and Cokes for fans with select tickets. Kids can run the bases after the game thanks to our friends at Hai Chu. And if you don't know where to go to get tickets, it's real simple. Go to Cardinals.com. What a great weekend. Redbirds and the Blue Jays. And out to play foul. Donovan trying to make some contact. Rare for him to strike out twice in a game, but that's what's been the story for him.
The first time, a good hard fastball. That's the thing with guys like this, too, I think, as a hitter, as a pitcher. You see guys that battle. What are they always battling? Breaking balls, change-up sliders. Just almost have to attack.
Well, they say everybody gets here because you can hit the fastball. It's the other stuff that determines whether you stay or go, right?
Yeah, making the adjustments. And I think that, you know, just kind of changing with the times. You got to learn. And then even when you play well, teams start making adjustments to you. And so you have to stay on top of that, too.
Wow. Hat trick for Donovan. Chased one up and out of the zone. So an impressive inning for Marinaccio. He strikes out the side, and we head to the 8th. Not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Jim Evans, Chip Carey with you from Jupiter. The pro athletes, Jim, have not disappointed in this contest between two storied franchises. 27 world titles for the Yankees, 11 for the Cardinals, and we've got a 1-1 game going to the 8th.
Third day in a row. We are tied after 7 innings. Oh, actually, no. For the third day in a row, we are tied, but not after 7. We still had a, what was it, the 8th inning that turned into a circus the other day?
Yeah, 8th inning was 4-0. And then
Thank you very much.
The Cardinals brought out their total panic play. That worked out. Yesterday
Load
was...
him up and hit a ground ball, and you never know.
Yesterday was 0-0. Here it's 1-1 as Oswald Peraza faces Giovanni Gallegos, who's back from the WBC. This is the guy, if I'm correct, Jim, that everyone in Cardinal camp is not concerned about, but interested to see how he deals with the new pitch clock.
I don't think that it's unfair to say concerned either. I think
really
he's definitely has been one of the slower guys in the league. He's definitely been the topic of conversation for the reason of the pitch clock. But it's also, I think, too, it's going to be good for him because when he does get slow, he loses his teammates behind him. And he's got quality stuff. A lot of swing and miss stuff. So when he takes his time and gets a lot of swing and misses, you lose your defense.
Maybe we can show that last pitch because it's interesting to note nobody's on base, but he doesn't stop.
No.
That's kind of his windup out of the stretch, right?
Yeah, he doesn't stop. He just kind of goes through it. But then, you know, obviously gets a guy on and he'll come to a set. But I know he's, like I said, he was a long time, a lot of thinking out there. Walks around the mound a lot. So I really do. I think that's going to help him and help his defense.
Trevino drives one left center field and deep, but that's going to be playable. The wind will knock that down. And that takes care of Trevino, who is now 1 for 3.
No such luck here, my friend. Sorry.
That's why they say sometimes the spring stats are deceiving, right?
Yep, especially with the wind blowing in every day.
Man, Willie Calhoun, the hitter, he's flied out twice. When we get to the home 8th, the Cardinals will have the top of their order coming up. And as soon as we find out, we'll let you know who those 3 guys will be. That's the one thing I will not miss about the end of spring training games, all the changes.
Yeah. Well, it's been pretty, I think, you know, it's the hard part is when a team comes on the road, like the Yankees, let's say, and they early on and they don't bring anyone with them, and you got double sets of changes. You got guys that are playing you don't know, and then guys that are coming in the game you don't know.
Gio, don't grab that with a bare hand. Thank you very much. But a welcome 1-2-3 Yankees 8th inning. We're zipping right along. 1-1 score. Jimmy, 2 classic franchises battling in a late spring training duel. 1-1. Very well pitched. Cortez and Matz look ready to go for the opening bell. Matz went 6 innings. Cortez in just his second start 4. Cabrera homered for the Yankees. Tommy Edman with his first spring RBI, and Tommy will lead off against Nick Ramirez for the Yankees. 1, 2, and 3 on the card for the Cardinals.
Left-handers galore the last 3 or 4 days, huh? Both sides.
Hit high in the air toward left center. And Tommy Edman got under it and flies out for out number 1. Another peekaboo pitcher, another guy that really turns his back to the hitter in Ramirez. And he gets his first out. And it is Oscar Mercado who will be the batter.
I believe he was in center field last inning when we missed that.
Well, Mercado picked up a hit against Nestor Cortez when the Yankees played the Cardinals last year. So Tyler O'Neill with 1 for 3 as the St. Louis starter in center. So Mercado gets his first at bat with 1 man out. Off-speed pitch. Cardinals have struck out a lot today. The Yankees have had excellent stuff. And at this rate, if something doesn't change, the Cardinals, Jim, might have a chance to set a Grapefruit League record today. 3 ties in as many games.
That would be something I've never seen before.
Tongue in cheek, of course. And a strike.
We don't need any of that now.
Ramon De Jesus hearing it from the
a little excited there, Ramon.
Cardinal dugout.
Spring training for the Yellers too. Come on, they might be just a little off, you know. Like maybe they jumped the gun on the yelling. It's okay. Got to get their chirping in order.
Luke and Baker, the batter.
Try not to go home tied again. Let's go.
It's spring training. Spring
for the
training
chirpers.
for the Yellers.
Yeah, for the chirpers, for the dugout too.
Is that something in your days you'd go home and practice?
No.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of blurts out every now and then. You're like, oh, sorry, that was my bad. Or you yell and then you hide underneath the bench.
Our wives have plenty of practice at yelling.
Oh boy.
That's right.
Yep.
As Baker digs in, 3 balls and a strike.
I don't even have. That's another bad pitch right there, though. I don't even. People ask me if I want to do anything anymore. I just say, ask the boss.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Just ask the boss. Just don't even text me. I'll just give your number, give her number away, and you can ask her.
That's good advice. As Baker takes ball 4.
That would have been a tough one to take right there. That strike 3 after going outside and then back in. It's a good try right there too by pitching staff, catching staff. Ramirez trying to go in and out.
Tres Barrera is your hitter. 7,476 are here today. It's the biggest crowd at Roger Dean Stadium in 4 years. Yes, Barrera's had an impressive camp for the Cardinals. We're still trying to figure out who will back up Contreras behind the plate.
I think what's interesting is, you know, they've been winning, especially with the Cardinals, and you look and everyone's playing well, and it just makes the job for the manager even harder. You got a whole group of guys out there playing well, and then you forget, oh, I got 10 guys that haven't even showed up yet, that are mostly starters. Ooh, good take.
The hardest job is not when you have too many good players for roster spots. It's when you don't have enough, because you know going into the regular season you're going to be undermanned for 162 games. And
yeah, you just got to stay positive.
That's
Keep
it.
keep your guys that you send down positive. Let them know. And if you've been watching, if you're a player in this organization, you've been watching over the last couple of years, you've seen 35, 40 guys go through the big league. So you just have to keep that in mind and everyday work towards that goal. And when you get here, try not to go back.
The Cards and Yankees, 15 straight winning seasons in a row. Only 2 big league teams that can say that, as that's rolled out to second base, and we are headed to the 9th. Cardinals won. Yankees won. Well, Jimmy, as we said, day off for us tomorrow. It's a good thing. We got to do a lot of big league prep for the Marlins and Cardinals. Our final spring telecast. Join us at noon here on Bally Sports Midwest. The final 26-man roster could come into greater focus during that telecast, so we look forward to that, and for you joining us across Cardinal Nation with opening day 1 week from today.
You never know, they might let us announce the opening day lineup and roster on the air. No, that's not happening.
Well, we can ask. Is Anthony Volpe shoots one?
That's a great tease, but that's not happening.
To our right, and there is.
We won't even know when we're up there on opening day.
but we joke about that, but look, you were a young player once in the major leagues trying to make a roster. As exciting as these final days are, they have to be excruciatingly difficult to navigate too.
Yeah, because you're really on the cusp and on the fringe, and you just kind of like, and I know back in the old days, they didn't really tell you until it was just like, I know there was a couple guys that they just never even told. They were just like, pack your stuff and get on the plane. And that's the other thing too. Sometimes when, you know, you break camp, you don't always go straight to home to play. And so they'll bring a couple extra guys, and then that day they're like, all right, then don't get on the plane.
Yeah.
Get on this Southwest trip, go in the other direction.
Or you go all the way back to your home city if that's where you begin the season. And with rosters not having to be set until the morning of opening day, who knows?
Yeah.
Trades, waiver claims. I mean, there's so much more that goes into it.
I think that last couple days was very interesting. Talked about how some of these guys that are older have opt-out clauses probably starting today, right around today. I think, didn't you say Wednesday? I thought
that
the first time
right.
was right around that. Now it's Thursday, so those things could start popping up.
Gleyber Torres with another shot toward right. No trouble for the second out. So we'll find out when y'all do. And look, as we said, what's been so exciting about this camp, and it is an overused phrase, but camp opportunity, I think the Cardinals and the players themselves should be very proud of the fact that so many have taken advantage of the opportunity and played well.
Yeah, I keep saying over and over, it's a blessing in disguise, I think, at this point for this team with the WBC. I think it's kind of perfect timing too. As you saw a lot, you know, there was a little bit of doubt who was going to play here, who was going to play there, who's next in line.
Right.
What if your shortstop's not healthy? What if, like, you know, Paul DeYoung can't go? What if, you know, how's Wilson Contreras going to, you know, fit right in? He's going to be in center field. And my favorite part of watching this spring training is who's next in line. Those are the exciting things, I think.
That's what's fun about going to the backfields, right? You see the future of your franchise. You see these kids in the infancy stages of their professional development. One of the great stories this spring, Mason Wynn almost shaking with excitement when he got to meet Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith out on the backfields.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
How big that will be in his career. Rizzo hanging tough here with Suarez. He's trying to make the club in the Cardinal bullpen. And Rizzo not going easily in this top of the ninth.
Right. That's the one thing about him. The more pitches he sees, the more damage he can do.
Kind of Schwarber-like in the WBC game, right? That at bat against Yu Darvish. Ooh.
Yes, wow.
Well, this is about $175 at bat in Baseball's Lost. But that's less you have to put on the truck to send to St.
go.
Louis, right? And a tip of the cap to the Cardinals clubhouse staff. They've been hard at work these last 48 hours getting everything packed up. As that one is tipped and it is caught. And that is the end of the top of the 9th inning. Suarez a 1-2-3 frame. Jimmy, let's get a run.
We need one badly.
Time for a walk-off. Dylan Carlson will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning for the Cardinals. Game tied 1 apiece. And we are waiting for the shot clock to wind down just a bit, so here we go. And now Carlson uses his timeout. He is 0 for 3 in the game today. And a strike. I was thinking between innings, how would John Sterling call a tie game? What would he say at the end? He has so many demonstrative home run calls, as you know.
Sure, he would be upset.
And his signature, you know, Yankees win.
The Yankees tie.
The Yankees tie.
And then he's done.
He is such a delight. He and Susan Waldman again. So many years, a great tandem on the Yankees radio network. Ma and Pa Yankee, they've been called, which is quite the compliment. Good pitch, takes care of Carlson, 1 away in the 9th.
Ma and Pa Yankee.
Well, Jordan Walker. Let's see if he can beat the Winds and the Yankees. A walk-off for Walker would be sweet.
So he's getting a lot of breaking balls.
Yes.
Fastball counts now. A lot of fastballs to finish him off. He's getting pitched a little backwards, and that's where the start to make adjustments. Those are the hard adjustments for the hitter.
Let's just say the strike zone here in the last couple of innings.
Floating?
Well, makes you think the umps have a reservation at Utiki.
Utiki.
And a breaking ball. That's all you have to do, Jordan.
Hit it here.
Well, he hit it to short. And big man down the line, out by a quarter step.
Playing a little fire right there. I like it. A little fired up. He got out in front. It's another thing you like to see, these young guys play hard. Watch the end right here. Frustrated with himself. He wanted to get a hit right there. Get on base.
So Scott Hurst, the final hope for the Cardinals, to score their single run on a Tommy Edman hit in the 5th. Right up the middle. Pitcher deflects that to short. And that is going to retire the side. Looks like we are done. 3rd straight day. Cardinals have a split decision. This one, a 1-1 tie.
Pitching again. Pitching again. 1-3-0 for the Yankees. 1-3-1 for the Cardinals. Both pitchers, all pitchers, did a great job on both sides.